What's up, traders? Welcome to today's Equity Empire Chart Analysis session. When most investors are throwing darts, we're looking for clues in the charts. My name is John McHugh. I'm a former Wall Street analyst, hedge fund manager, and independent trader for the better part of 20 years. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the chart on data center equipment manufacturer Arista Networks, symbol ANET. And when we look at the chart, we're simply going to be looking for two things. What is the direction of the trend? And are there clues as to where the big money might be patiently waiting to buy at lower prices or to sell at higher prices? So let's get right into it and assess the trend. The way we'll do that is we'll look for the two most recent highs and the two most recent lows. So there's high number one, there's high number two, here's low number one, and here's low number two. And you'll notice as they move from left to right, the highs are moving higher, and as they move from left to right, the lows are also moving higher, and that's the definition of an uptrend. And Arista Network just broke out to an uptrend today, okay? So when we've broken out into an uptrend, we're simply going to be looking for support levels for either a quick bounce trade or a lower entry price for a long-term position. So let's go look for support levels. And there is a support level right here in the 96.26 to 92.41 price range. There's another support level right here in the 86.33 to 82.83 price range. And then there is resistance, technical resistance in the chart, a clue that big funds might be patiently awaiting with some sell orders in the 103.53 to 105.84 price range. There's another resistance level right here in the 108.97 to 111.93 price range. And then additional resistance right up here in the 116.83 to 121.11 price range. Okay. Interestingly, current price is rapidly approaching the first resistance level. So it wouldn't be much of a stretch to expect price to at least encounter some turbulence here, some chop, or maybe get sent back down temporarily to this support level. And that's the way we would construct our trade. Okay. So we'd be looking for a pullback into one of these support levels and a bounce off of one of those levels for our trade. The way you can construct that trade is place a buy limit order at the 96.26 price point, protective stop just below 92.41. You can have your target right around just below 103.53, and that trade setup would have about a 1.76 to 1 reward to risk ratio. And that ratio will work if your win rate is above 50%, but ideally we'd like to see more reward potential than just 1.76. So if we wanted to be a little more aggressive with our target, you could either keep half of your target here, take off half the position if it bounces and goes to that level, and have target number two at the next resistance level, take off half there, or maybe a third there, and a third at the third resistance level. Or you could put your target aggressively some at one of these other resistance levels. And I'm going to assume that price, if it does pull back in balance, assume that it works its way through this resistance level. And the reason I'm making that assumption, folks, is not just blind wishful thinking. The reason I'm making that assumption is demand for data center equipment is red hot right now. The data center equipment manufacturers, all the stocks are doing fine. They're doing great. They're all in strong uptrends. They're powering higher. NVIDIA just broke out to an all-time high. Broadcom just broke out to an all-time high. The space is red hot. So that's not much of a stretch to say that we might power through at least the first resistance level, and that's why I set the target there. So ideally, that trade would play out something like this. You get a pullback to 96.26, ideally bounce off that level, work our way to the resistance level, and once we get there, maybe you have to chip away at that resistance before getting to the next resistance level, where our target would be. Okay, so that's the trade setup, folks. Let's wrap up today's session. Hope you enjoyed the session. Hope you learned something if you're new to trading. If you've been trading for a while, these are just some support levels and resistance levels to consider. I'll be back each day this week for more technical analysis. In the meantime, wishing you the best of luck in your trading and investing, and we'll see you soon.